Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This video will have to do with our leaders who were voted in the office and with their current popularity. That means we're going to find out what is their approval rating. That means people voted for him at one point. They got the majority of votes. That's how democracy works. They got elected to represent the majority. But then during their term, which could be 4, 5, 6 years, depends, their popularity, their approval rating drops, let's say, to 30%. What does that tell you? That tells you that the elected official who's supposed to represent your interests, the majority's interest, is doing a poor job because he doesn't have the majority approval. He's got a very tiny minority. So then what does that mean? That he's not working in behalf of the people who voted, because from at least 51%, which got him a job, he has right now 30%. So he must have lost at least 21%. So I'm going to go over a few world leaders here, and I want to look how popular they are to see their approval rating. If they do a good job in the context of the most important thing on the planet, Ukraine, or not. Because right now people look at them not necessarily at or how big their head is or something like this. The main thing is the economy and the war in Ukraine. And they try to make the economy disappear and get the war in Ukraine as being the most important thing that anyone in the democratic countries should think about. So you will realize if the elected officials do a great job on that subject, that issue, if they have a high approval rating. Remember, these weasels give weapons, political help, and economic help to Ukraine. So if the public would accept that and will say good job, you would have an approval rating very high. If they disagree with your policy, which is give Ukraine everything, you would have an approval rating very low. Because this is the most stringent issue that everyone should think about. So let's see. Let's start with this article first, which comes from Sputnik. And I'm going to discuss a few leaders' approval rating. Unfortunately, Macron approval rate drops to record 3-year low of 32% amid pension reform. So pension reform is another thing that he would like to forget about and try to concentrate on Ukraine. So, the share of French people supporting the job performance of President Emmanuel Macron has dropped to a record low pre-pandemic level, 32%, over the past 3 years against the backdrop of the oncoming controversial pension reform, a poll by the IFOP research company showed on Sunday. So he doesn't have imperium. He lost the ability to represent the people. 32% approval rating? I don't think that's a good approval rating. And they tried to link it, Sputnik or whatever may be this poll of opinion, link it to the pension reform. Maybe that's how the questions were asked. Macron has been losing the support of all population categories except for highly qualified personnel and all political parties, including the Renaissance ruling party, the poll said. The president's support among the Renaissance Party decreased by 4 percentage points from February 2020 and among the Republican Party's members by 12 percentage points, the survey showed. So, it added that Macron was the least popular among the working people, as 78% of those surveyed said they were dissatisfied with his presidential performance, but he's still there. So this was conducted between February 9 and February 16 among almost 2,000 people, age 18 and older. So it says on Thursday, tens of thousands of people were taking part. So they connect that, Sputnik connects his low approval rating with pension reform. All right, and with the strike that these guys. Now let's go and see Biden's approval rating, shall we? This is, I took it from Reuters, and this guy have this Ipsos, and they tell you how popular Biden is. Don't go by the title here, go by this. So here we have 41% approve of Biden's job. 41. That means he doesn't have majority, he doesn't have imperium. doesn't have imperium, can't really rule with 41%, that's not good. And remember, Macron has 32, so he's a heavyweight right here. Biden is a heavyweight. Now I'm going to the Putin from Statista, okay? And this is the this is a updated, and I go over here in January 2023. Approve 82%, disapprove 16%. So the dictator is doing better than the two democratic leaders elected. Okay, he was also democratically elected, however we want to take it. People voted. So he has 82% by Statista. Well, I found 79, I found 80, but still is there. Okay, release date February 2023. Survey time period January 26th to January 31st, 2023. All right, so this is number of respondents, 1,616 respondents, and so on. Now let's go to this one, which I got from Global Leader Approval Rating. This was the first option when I accessed and I said, okay, what's the approval rating for president, blah, 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 and they gave me this. And I said, oh my God, okay, this was the first option, so it must be popular. I don't think they're bad dudes, are they? Well, this is from February 16th, 2023. Now let's see, current approval rating. First, so this beautiful, I don't know, what color is this? I would say green, bluish, green. Approve is this color, disapprove is this color. Narendra Modi, India, fantastic. He's got 79%. Putin obviously is not here. He would be on top. But hey, don't do it. Now let's go back down and see. Meloni got 53% of Italy. All right. Joe Biden, 41% and 52. No, 8 in between. What was 8? Don't know, no opinion. All right. And we go Trudeau, the communist leader of Canada, 38% approve. So he doesn't have imperium. All right, Ulf Kristersson from Sweden, 33. These are the people who are very loud about Ukraine. Look how great they do among their people. All right, Rishi Sunak of United Kingdom, 31. Go home, Sunak. Go home, close the door, get your wife, drink some wine, and you know what's next after that. Olaf Scholz, 34 of Germany. Send more tanks, Olaf Scholz. You're doing a great job. All right. Mateusz Morawiecki, Poland, 30%. Send more tanks, man. Some MiG-30, 31 maybe. I don't think they have it, 29. Emmanuel Macron, here, according to these guys, 28%. Again, another one. The Netherlands, 28%. Mark Rutte. Petr Fiala, he just lost the election, so he's gone. And this guy, Fumio Kishida, Japan. And if I go... let's see if they show us all. No, South Korea and Norway. Oh, Jonas, you're 22%. Where's the foxy lady? That whatever her name is. So this is how we're standing, Trudeau and others. Now, you tell me if this is the situation. Imagine that you are at work and you are in a board of directors, okay? And the board, you have a board meeting, and you have over there, and let's say they have Zoom in some people who invested in the company, and you are the chief executive officer, right? CEO, whatever you are. And then they say, well, you have an approval rating among us of, let's say, 32%, Emil. Do you think you're going to keep your job? Or do you think they're going to wait? How long do you think they're going to wait until you get to, 80%? You're going to be fired on the spot. Why are these guys not fired? Are we going to wait another 3 years, 2 years, whatever the case may be, to get them out? And remember, these guys were democratically elected. So at one point, they fooled us so well that we voted for them. Or we didn't. And they turned into this. So what certainty do I have, or what, trust do I have that the next one is not going to be another Macron? Who's going to tell me, and he gets to 32 in about 2 years. Or Biden. How do I know that? So that tells me how great this democratic system works. Something is wrong somewhere, and we know it is wrong. Something that doesn't work. Because you can't afford these guys on the main issue have 30 between below 40, around 40%. You don't have a majority. You cannot rule. Get out. And I don't want to hear, well, I mean, I can hear that, but I have counter-arguments, thousands. When they say, well, let them finish. No. No, by the time they finish, we will not have a country, we will not have a society, and our kids will be with thing around their neck paying to the big bankers for the rest of their lives because of our votes. And we keep going. We keep going. We still listen to Macron when it comes, or Biden who reads shit. With these guys that have below 50% approval rating. That means we don't like you. Most of us don't like you. And they're still over there. We still look at them as being, serious people. No, with 30% or 40%, you're not a serious person. You're not doing what we want. That's why we say no. You don't have our approval. And this is a democracy. I guarantee you that if you would make the same poll about around businesses in banking system, big ones, in the military-industrial complex, big one, and in the energy sector, let's say some Shell and some Chevron and some, you're going to have 99% or 3,000% approval rating among those. So what does that tell you? They are lucky? Do you think they're lucky? When these guys have tons of profits and they have so many, I'm talking about the arms manufacturing companies. They're having a blast. And all these are the result of policies these guys instituted. Not Putin. Putin did not say, you know what, sanction me so you can shoot yourselves in the foot. He didn't say that. He said other things. It's our decision, not our, because we know exactly the persons. I know United States made a decision. No, we know exactly who made the decision. I want that person responsible. Well, work within the system and wait until his term expires, and you can vote for someone else if he didn't do a good job. Someone else, that guy was voted in the office, and he's doing a creepy job or crappy job, both. So I have no certainty that the next liar is going to get over there with the help of and use entertainment and campaign donations, which are all legal. And then going to get over there and again is going to have a 30% approval rating for the whole 4 years. And I'm saying, okay, now it's time for me for 4 with 4 with 4 with 4, and then I'm dead. But I voted, I worked within the system. What is this? What is this? And how come the dictator, Putin, has 80% or 79 or 82? How come? How is that possible? How come he has the support of his criminals? Are they all criminals? Are they dumb? I mean, you can't go by that. Modi, I understand Modi. But Modi is doing what is right, taking care of his people, not his donors and others. So this is great democratic example, or example of how democracy works. What are they doing in the office? They failed. They are failures. 30% is a failure. Go and play against someone and you score 1 time and the other one scored 3 times. Did you lose or did you win? However you want to take it. Imagine tomorrow you don't get 100% of your salary. You get only 30% of your salary. Would you like that? Well, that's your performance. How about that? Shouldn't that be measured by your performance, your income? Of course. If you suck, out. They don't get out. They're still over there. And makes me, they didn't even put Putin over there. I wonder why. Because we don't have to see that criminals are having more popularity than the democratic leaders of the free world. Something is not kosher. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.